you're gonna have to spend the money to get. Well, what it is there's certain things that you're gonna have to just spend money, the extra money on, just to get the slightly higher quality. Like most Tony Starks I've seen, and if any of you in here cosplay Tony Stark and I insult you, I'm sorry. But most Tony Starks I've seen either draw the facial hair on or get the Halloween like facial hair they sold for him, and they're both terrible. And they just Tony is such a simple cosplay that you have to make sure every little piece is perfect. Because there's only like 4 pieces to the costume. So I went and spent the money to get real hair. Like this facial hair is actual real human hair. And it really makes a big difference just in the overall look of the cosplay because it's more natural. So with the bald cap, you're going to have to spend the money to get actual like C8 or bald caps, like what they would have used in Repo's Genetic Opera, if any of you have seen that. Shiloh wears a bald cap the whole time. So it is possible for a girl to get a lot of hair up into a bald cap. I really can't teach you much on it, but I'm sure there's 100,000 like actual theater production tutorials on how to do so. Because with a wig, I know with a wig cap, I could get your hair completely flat to your head. So I'm assuming it'd be much the same principle, and then a bald cap. So, but the big thing with bald caps is getting the makeup right. A lot of them are, like, they don't do the makeup properly, so they're slightly off shaded of their actual skin, and that's when it looks weird. So I would be really careful with that. My friend did Rude a few years ago from Final Fantasy VII, and he got just a cheap Halloween bald cap, and it was not a good thing. It was not a good thing. Like, no, just no. Could you stand up and talk? I'm having a little trouble hearing you.
Sorry about that. Okay.
You're fine.
So
feel free to yell at me. It's fine.
Alright, we'll do. So I saw a tutorial on how to make sideburns and eyebrows using a band-aid and like weave or whatever. So I'm wondering, okay, I have a character who has a beard. How do you think I can get subtle with that? Like, do you think it'd be a good idea to maybe like cut off like just quick shaping of hair and then stick it on like that, or?
Now I've heard of people doing that with double-sided tape, which is a really nice thing to add to your cosplay necessity list, just in general, because it's super nice for like a quick hem or whatever if something breaks. But you could do it that way. I have never seen it in person, but I've also heard that it's that people will make their own facial hair for cosplays that way. You might be better off just buying, because I know they make like stubbled beards. But pretty much, that's going to be itchy, and you're going to get bald spots with the tape. It would probably be worth trying. I mean, what do you really have to lose at that point? But I would definitely have a plan B. Because just for me, I don't think it would hold very well to your face, because your face isn't a flat surface. You know, and tape or, you know, Band-Aid or whatever has a bad habit of curling up where the face bends. Like if you open your mouth a certain way, like when I open my mouth a certain way, the facial hair will sometimes peel off because of that. And the more I talk, the more it peels off. That's why I carry spirit gum around with me. Ow! Sorry, the sharp reactor is super sharp, and I'm having a bad habit of, I'm not used to it yet, so I keep like scraping myself against it. So if you see me like saying ow, that's why. I'm not.
Female version of a male character, is it better to make her ever dress or to try and be exact as possible? Like for example, if you were to do a femme Joker, is it better to do the purple suit or do like a skirt?
Oh, well, that's the thing. If you are going to do a femme, if the costume is too similar, most people aren't going to assume you're crossplay.
Okay.
So you kind of almost do need to go dramatically with it if you want it to be obvious. The big thing is, I'm not against femme plays on principle. I'm against them because people are dumb with them. There are definitely good ways to do a femme, and there's definitely bad ways. The biggest issue I have with femme plays is a lot of people use them as an excuse to dress like a slut.
Yeah.
And which is fine. Which is fine for certain, because you're a slut. Which is fine if you're cosplaying a slutty character. But the thing is, there's just things like, I've seen Dante's from 3 where they put him in a skirt. Dante would never wear a skirt. Booty shorts? Yeah, he'd be a slut. He'd wear a skimpy little top and shorts, but not a skirt. You can't fight demons in a skirt. I don't care what other animes make it seem like, it's not practical.
It's almost like you want to take the personality and then they'll what you think they would wear even if they were her.
But yeah, that's the big thing, is you need to keep the character's personality in mind. Like with Captain America. I've seen some really slutty, thin Captain Americas. In what universe would he dress like a whore if he was a woman? He's from the 40s. Sorry, I got like an itch in my throat.
The uniform skirts they used to see in the military. That would be more like that.
Yeah, most people when they do a film, Captain America dressing like a USO girl. Why would he dress like that?
You want to dress officer.
But yeah, if you're going to do a film play, you kind of need to be a little bit dramatic with it. But other than that, you can really just go, it doesn't even have to be exceptionally girly. I'm going to do a film Seto Kaiba eventually. And what I have planned is, I'm just going to stand up on this chair. Black belted leather leggings about up to here, in place of the boots. I really apologize for my coughing. Shorts, normal top, matching leather gauntlets for that match the boots, and a lot like his coat, his white one that he wears in Metal City, but it's going to ruffle back, kind of like how a dress train would, instead of just hanging around him like a coat. Overall, it's not an extremely feminine outfit, but it definitely conveys the idea that you were doing a film play and not just I'm a female in a costume, which would be a crossplay. And then the attitude would do a lot to it. If you are being very, girly in the costume, that's going to convey that it's a film play as well. However, there's characters that are already quite girly, like Grell. So you wouldn't really be able to convey much there. So